Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I'm here with a review of Dragon Ball Z Ballad of Gods. It's so long overdue, but hey, I didn't get to see it. Finally, one of my friends, we had a little bit of a movie marathon for Halloween. And even though it's not very Halloweenish, had the DVD, and I finally got to watch this movie. And I have to say, I was very pleased by it. I found it to be one of the most endearing of the films, one of the most entertaining. This movie, what can I say? It gave us all everything, all sorts of entertainment. And there was one thing that I said during this film. This is the type of movie that Dragon Ball Z Kai would have cut out. And what I mean by that is Dragon Ball Z Kai, in my opinion, butchered the whole entire fucking series. It destroyed the series with by just taking too much out of the original series. Just by hacking it up, cutting out a lot of fun parts, calling it filler, and I think that's sacrilege right there. I think that there was a lot of parts in Dragon Ball Z that people call filler. It was stuff that people weren't even complaining about until Kai came along, and then people were like, oh, it's filler. Well, give me a fucking break. Those parts were a lot of fun, and everybody was entertained by them back in the day. And I'm happy to see that in Ballad of Gods, they put a lot of entertainment, a lot of comedy into this one. Even so much comedy that it harkens back to just Dragon Ball. And as a matter of fact, you get to see, well, spoiler alert, movie's a couple of years old right now, but Emperor Pilaf even fucking makes an appearance in here, which is just unexpected. A character that didn't even make any appearances in Dragon Ball Z up until this point. And to talk about the main villain, Lord Beerus is probably one of the most charismatic of the villains. I mean, this is by far the strongest villain yet. And I like his role of how he's very comedic and lighthearted almost. This was very unexpected. When I first heard of Ballad of Gods, I was expecting an unforgiving, merciless god that was going to have Goku on his knees and, all the Z fighters on their knees practically. But that wasn't the case. They're having a party. They're sitting around. It's Bulma's birthday party. They're eating sushi. You have Beerus's trainer there. He's eating ice cream. A lot of comedic parts. We see Vegeta singing and dancing to try to entertain the god. I mean, this... many people I know are annoyed by this type of comedy. They're put off by it. But if that's the case, then you really shouldn't be a Dragon Ball Z fan, because really it's not all about the fighting. It's about the entertainment. And that's exactly what we got here. There's a lot of comedy, a lot of entertainment, a lot of that classic Japanese humor, just a lot of fun. It's very lighthearted. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's what I like about this series. I mean, we got everything. There was Emperor Pilaf, the Great Saiyaman, makes a fucking appearance. You just have so much going on. So much little comedy bits going on the side. Little relationship with Trunks. Shit is just, going on all over the place here, but it always makes sense, and it's very well written, and the comedy is it's smart, it's witty. It's back, baby. Dragon Ball Z is back, and this definitely does more than just whets the appetite for the series coming back. I mean, my God, I am fucking just beyond pumped for them to restart this shit. I mean, holy goddamn fuck, I cannot wait for them to restart. If this movie is any indication of how it's going to be when they start it up again, I mean, this is Akira Toriyama's visioning of Dragon Ball Z, just the way how it was when it was first presented. I mean, this is excellent. This was a great fucking movie. And when they finally do have a full-fledged fight, it's fucking awesome. They're fighting above planet Earth. It's nuts. It's crazy. Goku becoming a fucking god. Oh man, what entertainment this is. I mean, this is, uh, I don't want to, use hyperbole here for the moment and say that this is the best movie yet, but it's one of them. It's definitely one of the most entertaining, well written of the films. And for me, I mean, one of my favorite films from Dragon Ball Z was always like World's Strongest. I always enjoyed the comedy. Same thing with Dead Zone. I always enjoyed the comedy and the fighting. The action and the drama, everything mixed all into one. And that's exactly what they got here. I love the blend. I can't even fucking really express and do it justice in my description here in this review. I love how they fucking mixed in that comedy, but then there's rip roaring action later on. It's violence with comedy. It's over the top. It's being silly, but it's not being too much. It's just found the right blend. Excellent. Just the only complaint I have about this movie, I will say this, is I don't like the little CGI bits. The little car on King Kai's planet being CGI when they're showing, when they're showing where Bulma's father lives and all that, Capsule Corp, and they show it in CGI. It's just not there. A little bit when they show it where the waters are parting, like godlike almost there, like with Moses parting the Red Sea. I mean, that was alright, but really I would prefer for it all to be hand drawn. Or at least in the style of being hand drawn, however it's done nowadays. I don't know, but just no more of that CGI where it looks, like a fucking video game. I don't want to, I don't want when I'm watching Dragon Ball Z to think that I'm playing this on the fucking PS4. I don't want that, motherfuckers. I want it to just look, like a genuine anime. None of this, it stops being anime when they put that CGI bullshit in there. Stop that. But they're gonna do that when they reboot this. It's not a big fucking, oh my god, I'm never watching it again. It's never gonna get to that, but I would just prefer if they just fucking stop that bullshit already. Stop. It's not really that impressive. We've seen more impressive CGI. In a world where we have avatars and shit like that with all that great CGI. There's no reason to, show this shit. It's not necessary. But anyway, I don't want to fucking talk negatively about this. I want to praise it to the moon because I never was more entertained by an hour and a half of a fucking anime before. Such a well-written, fun story. And I can only hope that they apply the same type of effort to the series when they finally reintroduce it to the masses. Alright, motherfuckers. Definite recommendation for Battle of the Gods.